Long bloody day, but at least I can check in on a mate. Okay, I'm still tinkering. I'm not bothering you, am I, Silas?
No, you are not. In fact, I heard you coming like at least 5 minutes ago.
Well, I'm not exactly a subtle lackey, am I?
What have you done to get these things damaged this time?
Well, funny story. Funny story on that.
It was the thing in the sky, wasn't it?
It was the thing in the sky, aye. Aware Elite Foundry.
Alright, come over here.
They're still functional, mind, but yeah, a lot of shite got fucked up on it. So I went against a big mech that looked like it would basically high-five that fucking broken shit up. Oh, sorry. Well, I went up against a giant bloody mech. Whoopsie. I had to have it to help a raid. Rescuing some lass that a lot of people in the waterfront district in Zafira knew on. Liked a lot. Child. I had to help distract a mech near the end of that bloody raid that was about the size of that fucking thing. About the height of that bloody thing. Took a bad fucking laser to it, and well, enough of the overheating damage that it caused basically started to cause the joints and the plating to actually fuse together, of sorts. They at least got freed right before I could face off against the bloody foreman. Or at least help people face off against a foreman, but... well, not fantastic. Bloody beam could level a fucking city, I swear. Aye. Heavy denting. The denting I can fix, but... joint damage as well as the damage done to the gears that are probably stuck grinding. Hey.
Alright. We'll start with this one. Don't mind if I use it as a seat, do you?
Alright, I can keep him still nowadays, thanks to Mark II designs. Gears should be alright. If the gears suffered catastrophic, then, well, I wouldn't be moving the arms, period.
Jonah's doing fine, by the way.
Aye, no worries. So Zaz. I know she got injured trying to help on that shite.
Things are awfully quiet in the workshop when things are actively happening.
Aye, that's always the case, innit? Alright. That should do it. I say that knowing damn well I can't see what the fuck you're doing back there. After all, I know the finger joints also got stuck at that point. Got few.
I know how the arms work. For fuck's sake, I helped make them.
You helped make the bloody things. I'm the one that ultimately designed it. Didn't you expect the finger joints to get fucking fused together like that? It took another mechanic on field to actually, well, fix that up properly.
Well, there's still some damage.
Naturally. Overheat damage causing it to actually fuse together like that ain't exactly great. I know welding is already technically that, but this was worse. Aye.
Try moving it.
Aye. Right. That should do. No. I wasn't trying to dent the bloody thing, just making sure I could actually swing it properly. I ain't that inconsiderate, mate.
Well, you may have tried to not dent it, and yet there's...
Tell you what, fix up this arm and I'll help rebuff it.
You really don't have to.
Ooh. There we go. I know I don't have to, but you're my mate, Silas. What good's a mate that don't fix his mistakes?
You make a valid point.
I doubt it'll need a detachment and resoldering. That's a certainty.
Maybe a couple parts.
Maybe a couple parts, but not needing to build entirely new armor infrastructure. There we go.
One of the components on this arm is gonna need a full replacement.
Ah, bollocks. Gyroscope joint.
It's not the joint, it's one of the components that has the blood flow to this.
Ah, bloody hell. Proper fuel connector.
Well, it may be able to function, yes, but eventually it will...
It will give out, aye.
Yes, it will muck it up.
Aye, and then the failsafe's gonna kick in and I'll just lose an arm for a while. Till we get it fixed. Fortunately, we'll nip this problem in the bud then.
I can make a temporary fix for now.
Aye. I need to come into the workshop, like... to be fair, I'm not doing out anymore. Not till tomorrow, anyway. So I'm free to stay at your shop to see about having this fully fixed. I'm not heading to Five Finder Stadium with only a half-functional fuel connector, after all.
And it would be nice to have your company in the workshop again.
Aye.
Usually I'm the one coming to yours.
True. I do kind of miss the back and forth. But aye.
That will keep you going.
Aye. Alright.
Now for back here.
I'll just say about testing them. My goodness, I can actually just flex my shoulders and be done with it. Alright.
In general, the necessary parts are mostly intact.
Aye, thankfully none of the tanks got any damage. To be fair, most of the damage I took was from the front, so anything of the actual tanks should have stayed relatively safe.
There is a potential risk of it leaking.
Need a patch off a storage tank? Fuel tank, rather?
It will last until you come to the workshop.
Aye. I know I replenished my blood supply before I got here. By the time I was out of that... time I was at that bloody space station, I was only 1 gallon remaining.
And your heat reductors, as I tend to call them, are a little less than ideal.
No. But that's the price to pay when you want to make yourself immune to electricity. Especially when you're hauling big metal luggers around that attached to your back.
This will need a full replacement too. But you can go without it for a while.
Which one?
The main heat reducer.
Ah, right. The proper heat
secondary-
sink.
The secondary ones are mostly intact.
Somehow. Of all the things to not suffer damage on the arms. But hey, at least the hatch latch wasn't exactly, flailing about.
You really need to see about trying to get this entire feed to be detachable so that you can do repairs yourself.
Well, usually most of the repairs are needed are on the arms rather than the backpack. So the wrench I have is usually enough to help with the field repairs. With you though, you're the specialist. Because I'm sure as shit not gonna call you me fucking back scratcher, Silas.
Even if that may be the role I feel sometimes.
To be fair, at least it's in a figurative back scratching sense. Now, let me see about rebuffing this. There it is. There we are. Thank God the A-grab still fucking works. Jesus. Imagine if that fucking thing broke.
I can fix that.
You can fix it. Imagine if we had to source a new fucking A-grab. Only so many hover vehicles that crash land out here. Hey.
Never mind.
Hmm?
You punched it a little too far up, but it's fine now.
Yeah, that could just...
I already patched it in with that.
Oh, okay, you did. Never mind. Veto that. Recon. But I mean, hey. Struck a blow to a fucking mega corporation, so hey. Feel quite happy.
And well, we both know just everyone's general view on corporations.
Especially out here. Yours notwithstanding, Silas.
You say that mine seems to be one of the few exceptions.
Aye, because you seem to be a corpo that actually gives a shite.
Could I really be considered a corpo if I actually have feeling?
Too right. Too bloody right.
As much as it doesn't sound it, there's a lot of emotion behind my words.
Aye. But I trust Jonah was basically trying to look to you for probably lowering his anxieties, considering me and Zaz go into the fucking station.
Indeed.
But thank you kindly on that front. And I can thank the medics for making sure Zaz didn't lose a leg.
Always the new things that have problems. Always.
Hey, I know you were I was gonna say, I know Jonah got his hands on a Mossberg from Zafira. I think he called it Mossberg 500. That's like turn a century, turn a millennium type shit, ain't it? But hey, don't fix what ain't broke. That's always the motto for gunsmiths.
And yet, these things exist.
I mean, that's trying to put a fucking spin on shit. That's a difference.
Sometimes it works just fine, like with these ones. This one.
Gotta be honest, it feels weird holding one of these again.
And fuck this thing in particular.
Real shite lookings. The more complicated machinery is, the easier it is to fucking break. That's why we made this shite simple.
The most complicated part of me is my vocal cords.
Well, that's the most complicated part of any sapient being in it.
And I'm talking just in machinery.
Exactly.
It's so delicate, if it is so delicate to the point if it's damaged at all, I am mute forever.
Bloody hell. Better hope that's not the case. Or at the very least not without intensive surgery. I'm not sure if folk could be able to repair that shite in Zafira, but...
Well, my own schematics that I had for it have been lost for the past 5 years.
Aye.
So
and well,
then I properly remember how they work.
And well, you've gotten used to the sound of your voice being like this.
As annoying as it is sometimes.
Give me finger off the trig, and making sure not to flag. I already know that nature of safety.
Let's just put these down and head to the workshop, shall we?
Aye. After all, needs full replacement. And I forget, did I tell you about the bloody parasite? I don't remember.
Parasite?
I know I told you about Commander Jones. I know that. A mish that I had for him ended up with me getting infected with a parasite. Mind you, currently now, we have the means to develop a cure. They're researching cure as we speak. They fuck it better. I know Jonah already promised me that he'd meet Karen before I do, and I'm not beating him to the punch.
If they don't develop a cure of some kind, rest assured there will be words. Not just words, there will be more than words.
There will be, words from both you and a lot of folk I call friends.
Yeah, especially from your siblings, naturally.
Naturally. I know I'm heavily defensive of them, but just as likely they're defensive of me in turn. Now, we're probably going to have to cut shite down properly, so might as well give some things a little less dulling in and take this with me. In case we need to cut cables properly for size. I forget how far.
Enough talking about.
Hey, I've forgotten how far your workshop is from the range. Your tail got in me face.
As for how far it is, a relatively long walk. Not too long, but decent.
Yeah, not as long as the trip from my workshop to Zafira, that's a certainty.
The buildings are almost next door neighbors.
True,
Or
true.
those we consider next door neighbors.
True, true. I mean, you're exempt from our sentries.
Oh, I just turned them off.
What? Oh, for fuck. I thought we programmed them to turn off around you. I didn't realize you were turning them off manually. You could just tell us.
You see, the funny thing is, half of the main systems in them are my tech, so I can just interface with it.
The other half is repurposed corpo garbage.
Can't go any further from here, and it's actually just out of character.
Yeah, okay. We can end here.
There's just nowhere else to go. What do we do?
We can... we can end here. Yeah, no, this was good. This shit was a 21-minute romp.
Can work for the... I have a thing that can probably work as a workshop.
Okay, yeah. Shoot, actually. I'm not planning on going to any other events tonight. We can work with this, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, this works. Yeah, this works. Just fine. Right. Wicked cards up. When you're ready.
1 second.
Okay. I haven't even drunk anything today. Why am I burping so much? Alright.
Just down this way.
Hey. Keep a calendar here. Ooh. Huh. I always keep forgetting on your nature of prosthetics.
That is one of the main things of our company. I'm sorry.
Scrapper Morse and your shite are different matters. But I allow you the means to bloody work on it. Detach it at least. I'll lock them in place anyway.
Get rid of this faulty piece of shite.
It was just fine for. It's just recent happenings that make it a useless faulty piece of garbage. I'll stay here. I don't want to haul around 250 pounds of dead weight. Even if my legs are strong enough to still be able to fucking jump with this shite, even without the grab active.
And should be good to go.
Alright.
Now the main heat sink. I already took that out.
Aye.
Just need to get the replacement.
Aye. After all, the desert ain't exactly going to be hot enough for it to overheat me just by sitting around. Huh. Time flies. Alright.
No, very dull.
I'll try.
And we are good as new.
Hey. As nice as the day it was built. Which isn't too long ago if we're counting Mark IIs. Fantastic.
But if we're counting the design overall, then a little while ago.
Fair on. I think approximately beginning a month. A day. I've already gotten enough scoldings from you to not fucking touch shit.
That's not there.
We'll ignore that. Alright. Plotting to charge me for this? I know I have creds to spare, at least.
No.
Fair enough, mate.
I don't typically charge people I'm close to. Unless it's for a specific joke.
Specific joke or notable commission type of shit, eh?
Naturally. This is just simple repairs.
Exactly. I know I paid you for trying to help out with creating the Mark IIs properly. Aye.
Really, another accident in the warehouse. Oh well.
Ours or yours?
Mine.
Ah, bollocks. I'm not doing it for the rest of the night. Mind if I at least help out with that? It's not like I can fucking sleep anymore anyway.
Why can't you sleep?
Long story.
I have all day, I can hear it.
Fair enough. Alright. I met a nice fellow by the name of Cookie. Nice little, what was it? What's the right scaling? About this big, type of like cat plush floaty creature. Really nice fellow, frankly. Turns out, that fellow is apparently a god. Goes by an actual title. Goes by the title of Asmundai, the god of fair exchange. Makes sense I'd become a follower of them, considering I kind of followed his philosophy already. But one of the missions from Commander Jones, the one where we were getting the original strain of that bloody parasite to make sure we could research a cure properly, Cookie tried to go with. You know, back me up type of shit. They got critically injured. Told me that gods do have a habit of reviving, but with him being god of fair exchange, needed at least somebody to carry his essence for a bit. He's the type of god that has the you kill it, you buy it type of thing going on. So
what you're telling me is that you are basically a miniature god, currently.
More or less. New god. I don't need to eat, I don't need to drink, I don't need to breathe, but I also can't sleep anymore. And that's probably half the reason I'm moving to try and resurrect Cookie, or Asmundai, properly. Eh? because I want me friend back. And B, I want to fucking sleep again. Like, you have no idea. This shit is giving me not being able to sleep is giving me flashback to when I had these first installed again. And I don't want to relive that shit.
Not being able to sleep is pure torment. You and I both know this.
Aye. First week after this was installed, I only slept because I passed out.
Be glad it lasted a week.
Then I got used to it. Figured out that I could actually, Zaz came up with a new design, being able to actually take them out properly. Or at least in a more slot in, slot out fashion, rather than requiring another round of fucking surge. And then I could just take off the eyes.
Your sleep issues with the eyes with your cybernetics lasted only a week, roughly.
At least until the problem was inevitably fixed.
Do you have any idea how long it took for me to adjust?
2 years.
1.5.
1.5, I was close.
And not being able to sleep for months on end. It is maddening.
I know. I don't know how the fuck people do it.
I don't know how I did it.
But
despite that, I'm here at this current moment.
Aye. Fix it up.
Although you and me may be quite different, I feel like you will be able to pull the whole Finks game.
The flux.
I feel no. I know you will be able to pull through, despite not being able to sleep.
Aye. I've pulled through being able to deal with a fucking eldritch entity on Jones's behalf. I can handle not being able to sleep for a bit. I've been trying to get into the nature of meditation.
If only I had that idea.
I learned that meditation is more or less just daydreaming with purpose. A waking dream, I guess. But I've had more than enough action for today. Far more.
Well, if you don't want to make the trek back to your workshop or your place just yet, we do have sleeping quarters just down the hall if you want to rest for a bit.
Aye. Either that or I could still use me PDA to make a portal there. I still remember the coordinates, metaversal coordinates for my workshop room by heart.
Do you mind if I hitch a ride?
By all means. It opens a portal. It stays open for about 10 seconds. Prevents any undesirables probably trying to follow me type of shit. But knowing that I actually do want you to come through, you're at least getting the heads up on that front. This will be the card
They want to reduce the timer before it vanishes. 10 seconds is surprisingly a lot of time.
I guess I could reconfigure the PDA to properly adjust. Be able to have adjustable timers for it. I'm not sure how much of a strain that may put on the processor inside this shite. This is reconfigured shite from Fightfinder after all. Hopefully Gormander doesn't get too mad at me for it.
I may be no expert in portals, but I'm sure it wouldn't take me long to figure it out.
Hey, I mean, if I'm willing
I
to...
learned nuclear physics in 3 nights.
Tell you what, when we get to me workshop, I'll hand you me PDA so you can take it apart.
And hope I don't break it.
Yeah, hopefully you can put it back together, because I'm not exactly good with being on a train. That bloody Together Termini.
Well, if it comes to the train, then I can come with.
Fair on. Alternatively, I could get an alternate version of these and try and a duplicate version of this and try and reconfigure it. Try and reconfigure it the same, then pawn it off to you. I say pawn it off like I'm selling. Give it to you. Second option's safer, though you'll have to wait a day.
I can wait.
You can always. Alright. 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. There. There. Come on. And we cards down.